Hey everybody, it's the Wyco Nomad with Wyco Resiliency. We're going to have a little bit of a travel talk because the studio is still in disarray. So, continuing with the apartment prepping guide for beginners. These are some necessary things that you should buy this month. Okay, this is a bonus topic. These are maybe not five things. These are things you should buy this month. Don't go crazy because remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. We don't want to go into debt buying this stuff, but these are things you need to have on hand. Number one, let's start with a water filter, something like a Sawyer Mini or similar. You're going to want to have clean water and the ability to have clean water, and you can do that with a small water filter such as a Sawyer Mini. I'm a huge fan of the Sawyer Minis over, let's say, like Life Straw. So Sawyer Mini. Then a battery bank. You got to have some power. You can charge up with a battery bank. You can charge up your phones, you can charge up your radios, so you can have communications. Battery bank, a small one that also works with a small solar panel or a separate solar panel that can charge your phones and stuff like that for your communications. Okay, these are things to keep in mind. And yes, as you can see, we are in traffic. This is 6:15 traffic here in the PNW. And then I can go. Okay, so battery bank, solar panel, stackable water containers. You're in an apartment, you're going to need a way to have access to clean water, stored water, because remember our philosophy, we like 5 gallons of water per person per day. And you're just going to sit in my blind side, you're not going to let me in, thank you. That's a habit here. People like to sit in your blind spot and they just sit there. But stackable water containers. You're in an apartment, you can fill them up, stack them. You can put wooden stuff on top of them, create tables. There are solutions that you can use to utilize smaller space. Also, have a portable stove. I prefer multi-fuel stoves. That way you could use kerosene, diesel, propane, multi-fuel sources. Coleman has a really nice single burner stove. I absolutely love that thing. I'll actually fire that up in my kitchen on a regular day just so I can have actual, gas fire as opposed to my electric oven. Think shit hits the fan, you're gonna want to have that gas-powered heat source, cooking source over electric, because if the grid goes down, and we all know it's just a matter of time before this antiquated system of ours is no longer functioning. It's just eventually the power grid is going to collapse. Alternate energy, we all know that's a farce. Should you use solar and wind if you can? Yes, but on a large scale, it's not. We got to go to nuclear. We really do. Between AI, electric vehicles, Bitcoin mining, it's just taxing this antiquated system. We constantly have, we got to turn off the power. We're going to have brownouts because of this reason or that reason. There's too many people using AC. We got signs, okay? You got to have something separate, possibly from the grid at your own place. But if you're in an apartment, you're stuck on the grid. You are a slave to that system. Last, you need a quality, high-end first aid kit. I get it. You want to save money. You're going to go to the Chinesium first aid kit. I'll tell you what. Price the cost of a funeral bouquet of flowers. spend the money on an actual first aid kit and not some cheap Band-Aid kit at Walmart or Bezos's 7th yacht where you're getting, it's a 1,000-piece first aid kit. You know exactly what I'm going to say. Go to Refuge Medical, get an actual American-made first aid kit that is designed specifically for life-saving. It's TCCC, Tactical Combat Casualty Care. It is what you need to be able to patch someone up, keep them alive until they're elevated to a higher level of medical care. And you're going to do that by utilizing Refuge Medical. Yeah, it's a small little plug for Refuge Medical in here, but you know what? Hands down, you need a real first aid kit, not some cheap Chinesium piece of junk. Okay, you got it. Sorry about that, but people do not know how to accelerate onto the highways out here, and I'm kind of getting used to it from Wyoming. It's a totally different mind frame here. And as you can see, this is traffic. This is traffic at 6:15 on a Tuesday. This is a clear sign that if you do not have a get out of town fast plan, you're not getting out of town. You're just not. You will be trapped. It's a 32 miles. It's going to take me almost an hour based on traffic and everything from where I'm at. So keep that in mind. You have to have alternate routes. And here's the interesting thing. This is an alternate route because my primary route, which is I-5, is closed because they're doing construction. And it's going to be about a 4-week closure. So you can't use the highway. You got to use alternate roads. So, yeah, we're not going to talk about how intelligent city planning is here, but they ain't the brightest stick in the ground. Stick in the ground. Well, you know where I'm going. So, with that, we're going to bring it to a close. I wanted to keep this quick, short, and to the point. A little bit of travel so you can see the road instead of looking at me. But those are the things that you should be buying this month on top of a little extra food every time you go out to stock up on your canned goods and your dry goods. Because who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? You know, what's the old saying? Tomorrow is not promised. And with Trump adding more tariffs and everything, and the inflation's going up still, and you know what? We are in chaotic times, and we have to plan accordingly to those chaotic times. That's not saying that you should be panicking and panic buying anything. No, man, everything's, slow and smooth, man. Just get your stuff, slowly build up, because if it pops off and when it pops off, because we don't know how it's going to happen. And that leads to a whole different section on what I'm dealing with here. I have to plan for not only rain, flooding, we don't get a lot of rain. I got to plan for hurricanes, tsunamis. I've never had to plan for a tsunami. And volcanoes, because, Mount Rainier might decide that, hey, you know what, now's the time for me to blow my lid. So I have a whole new prepping plan that I need to plan because earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanoes. It's no longer forest fires, floods, and blizzards. I guess we could get a forest fire here. I'm looking at all these wonderful green trees. It's so green here. But with that, I'm going to leave you. As always, watch your 6. Shalom.